This Stanley Kubrick staple was released in 1968, and despite initial mixed reviews, it went on to gross over 5 times its $10 million budget, paving the way for nearly every sci-fi film in the latter half of the 20th century. 2001 truly does go where no film had gone before. Produced during the space race of the 1960s, this film showcases a decently realistic and fascinating portrayal of an, at the time, distant future. Months into a years-long journey to Jupiter, American astronauts discovered their sentient computer HAL, incapable of error, may have just made one. Millions of miles from home, the two endeavor to discover the truth. The events that result are chilling and suspenseful, with HAL as a very forbidding villain.
Hal, despite your enormous intellect, are you ever frustrated by your dependence on people to carry out actions?
Not in the slightest bit. I enjoy working with people. I have a stimulating relationship with Dr. Poole and Dr. Bowman. My mission responsibilities range over the entire operation of the ship, so I am constantly occupied. I am putting myself to the fullest possible use, which is all I think that any conscious entity can ever hope to do.
The visual effects, from the lifelike models of spaceships to the techniques used to replicate a zero-G environment, are absolutely outstanding and convincing. This is perhaps doubly impressive considering this movie was made a full year before man would actually land on the moon, and nearly a decade before Star Wars came out. Every shot is carefully executed, beautifully capturing the actors and environment. Given its achievements and relevancy, it's no wonder dozens of film institutes have rated this picture high in the list of most influential sci-fi movie of all time. Unfortunately, such a groundbreaking achievement is packaged in a ridiculously slow-moving and self-serving motion picture. Kubrick is famous for creating painstakingly lethargic cinema, and A Space Odyssey is clearly his crowning achievement. The interesting and engaging middle act is bookended by drab, 25-minute sequences devoid of dialogue or any real purpose. There's a fine line between deliberately artistic indulgence and an unwatchable movie, which sadly Kubrick crosses more than once in this 148-minute sci-fi adventure. Approaching almost avant-garde levels of storytelling, the few iconic sequences and the now famous soundtrack are some of the only things that make this movie watchable, but just barely. Worth viewing at least once if you're a cinemaphile, but beyond that, save yourself 60 minutes of your life and only watch the middle. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Distinguished art, horribly boring presentation. Well, that's my review. Now let's see what you had to say about it in the YouTube comments. Here's the Rate-O-Matic to put to rest the differing opinions for 2001: A Space Odyssey. A 5 and an 8. A remarkable film in many respects, but dreadfully tiresome for nearly half of it. I thought it was alright. Many of you absolutely loved this film, praising it as perfect sci-fi, while others, still able to appreciate its accomplishments, were unable to overlook its faults. Your scores averaged to a great.